The Divine Walk.
Welcome to the Divine Walk podcast. I am your host, Diana. Our mission is to guide listeners on a spiritual journey, deepening their understanding and relationship with God through insightful discussion, personal testimonies, and biblical teaching. We aim to talk biblical truth, encourage spiritual growth, foster community and support, address relevant issues, promote love and compassion, and to be Christ-like minded. Why don't people want to hear about holiness? Because what I figure that most people want to hear about is prosperity gospel. They're gonna get this. Cause holiness is a part of God thing, Cause God is holy. You have to be holy too. So biblical people often resist hear about holiness for several reasons, and many which are addressed in the Bible. So let me start with number one. The reason why people doesn't like to hear about holiness is human nature and sinfulness. It's John 3, verse 19 to 20. It said that the light has come into the world, but people love darkness instead of light because their needs were evil. Everyone who does evil hate the light and will not come into the light for the fear that they will get exposed. You see, people resist holiness because it exposes their sinful needs and the area of their life that they need to change. So the love of sin and darkness often outweigh the desire to pursue holiness. The second reason why people hate holiness is desire for worldly pleasure. It's First John 2, verse 15 to 16. Do not love the world or anything in the world. In anyone love the world, and the love of the Father is not in him. For everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life, come not from the Father, but from the world. This pursuit of worldly pleasure and materialism can lead people away from the call to holiness. This love for the world conflict with the commitment required to live a holy life. Number three, rebellion and stubbornness. It's Romans 8, verse 78. The mind governed by the flesh is hostile to God and it does not submit to God's law, nor can it do so. Those who are live in the flesh cannot please God. It's the natural human inclination to rebel against God's authority and law. This rebellion is rooted in fleshly mindset that opposes submission to God, call to holiness. Number four, fear of sacrifice and change. You see this fear of sacrifice and change? This is why people doesn't like to hear about holiness because of fear of sacrifice and change. You see in Luke 9, verse 23-24, then he said to them all, whosoever want to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up the cross daily and follow me. For whosoever want to save their life will lose it, but whosoever loses his life for me will save it. So holiness requires self denial, sacrifice, and willingness to change. So many people fear the personal cost and the change they need to make in their life. The fifth way why people doesn't like to hear about holiness is the false sense of security. You see, Second Timothy 4, verse 3 to 4, it says, for a time will come when people will not put up with a sound doctrine. So instead to suit their own desire, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itchy ears want to hear. And they will turn their ears away from the truth and turn aside. And this is some people prefer teaching that are conforming like the prosperity gospel, these feel good message affirming rather than those that challenge them to live a holy life. You see, this false sense of security can lead them away from pursue in the truth, holiness of God. Another way that they why people doesn't like to hear about holiness is that misunderstanding of holiness. You see, Hebrews 12, verse 14, make every effort to live in peace with everyone and be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord. You see, some may misunderstand holiness as unattainable or irrelevant, not realizing it's important for seeing the Lord and experience His presence. My final words to you are that resistance of hearing about holiness is often rooted in the love for sin. It's worldliness, rebellion against God, authority, fear of personal sacrifice, preference for conforming teaching, and misunderstanding about holiness. It's the call to holiness is challenging because it requires transformation of the heart and a commitment to living according to God's standard, which can be uncomfortable and demanding, but however, pursuing holiness essential for a true relationship with God and experience the fullness of His presence. So thank you for watching my video, guys. So drop any topic you want me to discuss in the comment section, and I will see you through. So like.